rust and glass foraging series on my channel. So there is some traffic going behind me today, so I apologize if you hear a lot of road noise, but look at the gorgeous, gorgeous day it is here in my part of Montana. Absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to be doing is, my hair is a hot mess, you guys, by the way. The wind is just like blowing it. So what I'm going to be doing is continuing on, I'm trying to show you guys where, oh, there it is. Like this area right here where I found most of my good stuff in the last episode that you saw. So I'm going to continue working in there today. I'll flip you around. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sift through the dirt that's already up on top, and then I'm going to kind of maybe dig this a little bit deeper in these spots, and then I'm going to kind of start putting the dirt back into the holes, and just kind of clean up a little bit, I guess. And then I kind of want to start digging in sections outside of where I'm currently digging, because I think this whole spot right here is just just really rich of the different metals and glass and things like that, because it's been proven just in this one section and a piece over there excuse me, how much I was able to dig up. So I'm going to continue that today, and I will come back on and share with you guys more like what I did in my last episode of digging for things, and when I come across something really cool that I haven't dug up yet, that kind of stuff. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. All right, so just right off the bat, I just took the broom thing I'm using and I just was gently pushing away the dirt, and I can already see glass here and a piece there and here. The sun's really bright, which is amazing, but it does make it hard for me to see through my phone screen. So if I'm not showing you something in frame, I do apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those pieces of glass. I'm going to bring my bucket over here closer. And then I'm using this box instead of my white bag solely because I put the white bag on the other side of the fence when I was when I was finishing up my last bit of foraging, and I'm too lazy to walk all the way to the road, open the fence, and go over there just for a bag. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to use this box. So, and oh, I found this on the way out here, by the way, just walking, just opening the field. I don't think this is necessarily old or anything, but it's still cool nonetheless. That would make some awesome mark making on fabric and paper. Okay, so I'm seeing some more bits of the metal, and this one is kind of stuck in there a little bit, so it makes me wonder if there is more in here, like another can possibly or something like that. And so what I'm going to do is as carefully as I can, because as you guys know from before, that this stuff is really fragile, it breaks really easily, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can in this area. And there was another spot, where was I, that I thought I saw, oh, this piece of glass, thought there was something else that was poking up. Oh, here, wait, is that it? No, there was something over here I thought I saw that was poking up. Let me see if I can find it again real quick and I'll come back. Okay, so my shadow's in the way, I'm sorry guys, but so this is what I saw before. This little, can you guys see right there? And so it's partially in the dirt, and I'm going to go this way so it's a little bit easier for me to get in here without, I'm going to put my glove up actually, because there are ants all over out here and I don't want an ant in my glove. Okay, so let's take a peek and see what is in. I'm looking at my phone to make sure you guys can see me. So I'm just curious what could be underneath here. So part of the piece of more can. And then there's some more chips coming off. So, it's possible that there could be another can, or at least a part of a can in this general area. And here's a larger piece. So I'm guessing, yeah. So, because there's, I feel it kind of up in here, like some larger pieces. So, all right, I'm going to do a bit more digging around. And if I find anything else in this section, I will let you guys know, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, check it out. I just happened to look down as I was getting my phone out of my pocket. There's a big chunk of glass there, so nice. Okay, so this little pile over here that you see, that is what I dug up out of that section I showed you guys in the last clip, and sure enough there is like parts of a can here. And then I was just pushing the dirt out of the side, and I know this my the shadows on here. And I'm sorry, you guys, but I can't do much about that, so I apologize. So anyway, so I felt a larger piece, and I wanted to pull it out together with you guys. And again, it's another part of a can. Pretty cool. I'm still just as excited to pull these pieces out as I was the very first time. This doesn't get old to me because it's just so exciting. And I'm hoping that as I'm doing this, that this, each episode or whatever, that this isn't boring for you guys or super repetitive. You know, because I'm basically just going to be finding rusty metal and glass and the occasional button. You know, things like that, unless I come across something really cool out here. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to be boring for you guys to keep watching this. But so there is that, and I feel I can feel more there. So my fingers, I'm kind of abandoned using the shovel on this kind of stuff, or this part, because I'm trying to push the dirt out here. But because I can really feel with my fingers, and I can feel when I'm hitting something that feels like metal versus just a rock. Oh my goodness, look at that, you guys. That's a really big piece of glass. Let's see. It has a G on it, it looks like. Hang on a second, guys. Or maybe it's, yeah, it looks like it's a G to me. So that's a pretty big piece of glass here. So that's pretty cool. Happy to have that to the collection. Yeah, this whole area, you guys, I know I keep saying it, but this is like the best spot. So I'll be walking around, taking breaks from doing this section too today. And I'm going to put these glass pieces over here so it's a little bit easier for me to find them. And because I'll do that to give my back kind of a break from sitting on the cooler. Is that purple? I thought that was purple. I was going to be like, yes! This one is, though. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I know I'm sitting on the wrong side of the hole because my shadow's on it, but this is the best situation for me to do this. So, what was I saying? Oh, that I'm going to walk around and give myself a break a little bit because of bending over like this on the cool chest that I'm sitting on. Ooh, here's something else. There's a part of a can right there. You guys see that coming up? I walk around and just do some more, you know, looking for things that are on the ground or something that I, you know, don't have to necessarily dig for. So, and it's fun to do that too because I'm finding other things. Ooh, what's that? It's a big old rim of a can. There you go. You know, I'm going to try to, I'm going to move this over here. This won't be as easy for me to reach it, but I'm worried you guys aren't going to be able to see stuff because of my shadow. So, okay, so let's try it again. So there's that. Just kind of poking through here, you know, just really looking to see what else I can find. And that'd be awesome if I could find the rest or more of that, like parts of the coffee pot that I found the other day, or you know, some different metal pieces aside from the cans, which are amazing. I have to pull my hair out of my eyes, sorry about that. But woo, windy. I would also love to find, ooh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, it's more of a can. I would love to find like more like utensils, maybe the other cap to that salt and pepper shaker. I gotta sit for a second, my back. I'm getting old, you guys, and that'd be kind of cool to find some additional items along with the, you know, rusty bits and the glass and the occasional button like I mentioned. So that'd be kind of cool to see. And I found the spoon. I'll have to look back at my footage from the first episode to see where I was exactly. Cause I wanted to dig around that area more to see if I could find any more of it, but it was getting, when I found that piece, it was getting super late here and cold. And cold in my facial paint they are not friends. So I had to stop. So anyway, oh, there's some more lids, or rims of cans, I mean. All right, I'm going to keep going because this is kind of more of the same. And I'll come back on when I come across a bunch of pieces or something else cool to show you. Check it out. Came across something pretty large right here. I'm just about ready to pull it out, but I wanted to do that with you guys together. I'm trying to find the best way so you can see without my hand being in the sun there. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, look at this, you guys. What is this? Let me look at that. This is cool. Look at that. This is really heavy too. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Look at that big piece. That is amazing. Wow, wow, wow. So, so cool. I'm anxious to see what else is down there. Okay, just wanted to show you this really cool piece of glass, if I can get the grass off of it. Look at that. Look how fractured that is. Isn't that cool? I have not found a piece this large that looks like that. I think that's really awesome. I like that. And then here's this larger piece. And then now these aren't necessarily old, I don't think, but they're still metal. And it doesn't matter to me because they'll still rust and they'll still make marks. So, you know, a lot of this stuff could be out here from, I don't know, last year. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, even if it was just a week ago, which I'm sure all of this stuff is not because that's been in the ground for a while. But it's great when I can find something that's like, you know, vintage and whatever. But I also like using metals and other found objects, whether they're legitimately old or not. So, all right, so I dug up a couple clumps here, and I thought we could go through these together. Right off the jump, I can already see a piece of glass right here, because sometimes I'll find some really cool things in these clumps, so I thought we could look through one together, see if we could find anything. I mostly find glass in here. Oh, here's another piece of glass. Look at that. That one's got a pattern on it, like some of the other pieces I've found. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly glass. Oh, here's some metal, like part of a lid. This is a pretty big one here. Let's see if we can find anything in this one. Oh, there's a little tiny piece of glass right there. Hoping you guys can see okay. I'm not looking through my phone. I'm looking actually at what the dirt itself. Let's see. I've found tiny nails in some of these before. So, you know, to me, they're worth looking through. Okay, nothing in that one. Got a small one here. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but I apologize if I'm not. Oops, here we go. What's that? Ah, fool's gold. I thought that was a nail. I'm not trying to not have you guys in frame, so if that happens, I apologize. Here's a piece of more metal. Because, you know, I'm trying to do two things at one time, so please forgive me if I'm out of frame for a little bit. Okay, don't see anything there. Boy, the wind's really helping me with clearing the dirt out. That's awesome. Let's see. No, that's a part of the weed, a root. Okay, so let's look in this big one here. I got a couple more, and then I'm gonna get back to digging. Oop, look at here, you guys. Oh my gosh, look. This piece of metal coming out right there, that piece of wire. So cool. Okay, so if we can find anything else. So I would recommend, or just suggest, I guess, if you're out doing this kind of thing, and you're going to be going through the clumps like this, I would wear some gloves or something to protect your hands, because I found a lot of glass in here, and you don't want to get cut on that or any sharp metal, so. So we can find this one. Hopefully something. Oh, that's another root. Oh, here's a little tiny piece of glass. All right, so it looks like those clumps have only provided mostly chunks of glass. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in here a minute. So what I'll do is gently push this off to the side, all this dirt, once I've kind of picked through it enough. So I found a little piece of metal there. And then I'm just going to keep doing more of the same, you guys. And I'll probably get up here in just a little bit and look at this, just sitting right here. And go walk around for a little bit because my back is really hurting. It's just from bending over like this. It's not any type of a chronic back problem or anything like that. So, okay. Ooh, look at there's a chunk of it right here too. Look at that. More and more. And this, another piece of glass. Like I don't have enough. Just, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of this flakier stuff in here. Oh, look, it was in this dirt clod that I got up with the shovel. Pretty cool. So I'll get that out when I'm, there we go. I'm going to stick to my glove. So yeah, I'll kind of sift through here so if I can find anything else that's pretty cool. So, all right, guys, I'm going to give my back a break walking around, and I'll probably take you with me doing that. Just so you can kind of see if I can find anything that's just kind of sitting up on the ground. Now, I can't tell if you guys can see, there's some glistening stuff here. Like I see one right there, kind of, and then one over here. But yeah, I just saw it through my phone. That is glass, and that's a really cool thing about the sun. One of the many cool things about the sun is a will glisten, and I can just walk right over and pick up the glass. So we'll probably go do that here for a little bit and see what else we can find. Oh, before I forget, I did want to mention this. So this is evidence that this was a fire pit at some point, because I'm finding more. This is the stuff I showed you yesterday. Oh, here it is. I showed you that, or not yesterday, but in the first episode. But this is what I've been finding in this spot today. Is just more pieces of burnt wood. And like I said, this stuff may not be 100 years old or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, because it's just still the thrill of finding it. And oh, look at this. Whoa, is that a piece of metal? What is that? Oh, just compacted dirt. Boo. Oh, here's a piece of metal though, part of a lid rim or something. Sorry guys, I keep getting sidetracked because this is just, I just keep finding more things. I need to quit looking while I'm trying to talk to you. Okay, I'm going to do that. So it does, like I was saying, it doesn't matter to me if it's, something from last week or whatever, or maybe a couple of years ago, somebody was out here, doing whatever, and they buried their trash, because it was very, very common back in the day as well as present day. And people do that. And it's just the thrill of the hunt for me, and just finding stuff. I love it. I like looking for rocks and just all kinds of cool stuff like that. And because I will buy new things and rust it myself, like all of us do with rusting, paper clips and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's just kind of cool, and it's a relaxing thing for me to do. And yeah, so there's that. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Okay. Just wanted to show you this really cool piece of glass, if I can get the grass off of it. Look at that. Look how fractured that is. Isn't that cool? I have not found a piece this large that looks like that. I think that's really awesome. I like that. And then here's this larger piece. And then, now these aren't necessarily old, I don't think, but they're still metal. And it doesn't matter to me because they'll still rust and they'll still make marks. So, a lot of this stuff could be out here from, I don't know, last year. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, even if it was just a week ago, which I'm sure all of this stuff is not, because that's been in the ground for a while. But it's great when I can find something that's like, vintage and whatever. But I also like using metals and other found objects, whether they're legitimately old or not. So, all right. So I dug up a couple clumps here, and I thought we could go through these together. Right off the jump, I can already see a piece of glass right here, because sometimes I'll find some really cool things in these clumps. So thought we could look through one together, see if we could find anything. I mostly find glass in here. Oh, here's another piece of glass. Look at that. That one's got a pattern on it, like some of the other pieces I've found. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly glass. Oh, here's some metal, like part of a lid. This is a pretty big one here. Let's see if we can find anything in this one. Oh, there's a little tiny piece of glass right there. Hoping you guys can see okay. I'm not looking through my phone. I'm looking actually at the dirt itself. Let's see. I've found tiny nails in some of these before. So, to me, they're worth looking through. Okay, nothing in that one. Got a small one here. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, but I apologize if I'm not. Oops, here we go. What's that? Ah, fool's gold. I thought that was a nail. I'm not trying to not have you guys in frame, so if that happens, I apologize. Here's a piece of more metal. Because, I'm trying to do two things at one time. So please forgive me if I'm out of frame for a little bit. see anything there. Boy, the wind's really helping me with clearing the dirt out. That's awesome. Let's see. No, that's just part of the weed, a root. Okay, so let's look in this big one here. I got a couple more. And then I'm going to get back to digging. Oh, look at here, you guys. Oh my gosh, look. This piece of metal coming out right there. That piece of wire. So cool. Okay, so if you can find anything else. So I would recommend, or just suggest, I guess, if you're out doing this kind of thing, and you're going to be going through the clumps like this, I would wear some gloves or something to protect your hands, because I found a lot of glass in here, and you don't want to get cut on that or any sharp metal. So, okay, so we can find this one. Hopefully something. Oh, that's another root. Oh, here's a little tiny piece of glass. Alright, so it looks like those clumps have only provided mostly chunks of glass. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in here a minute. Okay, I think that's better. I won't have to lean down as far because you guys can see a little closer. So what I'll do is gently push this off to the side, all this dirt, once I've kind of picked through it enough. Just I found a little piece of metal there. And then I'm just going to keep doing more of the same, you guys. And I'll probably get up here in just a little bit and look at this, it's sitting right here. And go walk around for a little bit because my back is really hurting. It's just from bending over like this. It's not any type of a chronic back problem or anything like that. So, okay. Ooh, look at there's a chunk of it right here too. Look at that. More and more. And this another piece of glass. Like I don't have enough. Just, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of this flakier stuff in here. Oh, look, it was in this dirt clod that I got up with the shovel. Pretty cool. So I'll get that out when there we go. I'm going to stick to my glove. So yeah, I'll kind of sift through here so if I can find anything else that's pretty cool. So, all right, guys, I'm going to give my back a break walking around, and I'll probably take you with me doing that, just so you can kind of see if I can find anything that's just kind of sitting up on the ground. Now, I can't tell if you guys can see. There's some glistening stuff here. Like I see one right there, kind of, and then one over here. But yeah, I just saw it in the through my phone. That is glass, and that's a really cool thing about the sun. One of the many cool things about the sun is it will glisten, and I can just walk right over and pick up the glass. So we'll probably go do that here for a little bit and see what else we can find. Oh, before I forget, I did want to mention this. So this is evidence that this was a fire pit at some point, because I'm finding more. This is the stuff I showed you yesterday. Oh, here it is. I showed you that, or not yesterday, but in the first episode. But this is what I've been finding in this spot today. Is just more pieces of burnt wood. And like I said, you know, this stuff may not be, you know, 100 years old or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, because it's just still the thrill of finding it. And oh, look at this. Whoa, is that a piece of metal? What is that? Oh, just compacted dirt. Boo. Oh, here's a piece of metal though. Part of the lid rim or something. Sorry guys, I keep getting sidetracked because this is just, I just keep finding more things. I need to quit looking while I'm trying to talk to you. Okay, I'm going to do that. So, it does, like I was saying, it doesn't matter to me if it's, you know, something from last week or whatever, or maybe a couple of years ago, somebody was out here, you know, doing whatever, and they buried their trash, because it was very, very common back in the day as well as present day. And people do that. And it's just the thrill of the hunt for me, and just finding stuff, you know. I love it. I like looking for rocks and just all kinds of cool stuff like that. And you know, because I will buy new things and rust it myself, like all of us do with rusting, you know, paper clips and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's just kind of cool, and it's a relaxing thing for me to do. And yeah, so there's that. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Oh my word, look what I just found. What? A horseshoe! Wow, that is so cool. I was just talking to Angie yesterday about railroad ties and horseshoes, about how I wanted to get some. because this would be so cool to, do some mark making on some fabric and stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm so excited that I found this. That is awesome. Gently put that in the box. I was just walking along, just picking up glass and stuff that I could see, and I saw something kind of sticking there, so I kicked it with my foot, and lo and behold, it was a horseshoe. So that tells me this is a good spot to do some more digging as well. So what I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my box over here. When I want to come back to this spot, I'll know that that is where I found the horseshoe, right in that area. So pretty cool. Oh, I see lots of metal and glass right there. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and get back to just picking up some of the goodies I can find that are just sitting on the ground. Okay guys, so I am up by the road. I just went back to the house to go get another bag. So right here is normally where I go through to go back in there to do some picking. Now I am like right by the road, so it's possible there's a car coming down behind me, so I apologize if it's too loud. But this is the front. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. This is the front side of Doral's barns. Isn't that awesome? And I need to make a correction. I think I said his wife was from Sweden, but she's from Switzerland. So I wanted to make that correction. So this is the other side of their barns, which is all Doral's property right here. And I went and double checked with Jeff, because he's been out in this area for forever. And I wanted to find out if the property directly on the side of the fence, not on the roadway here, is public or whatever. And he said it's public because it's like a right of way, because cars can drive here, and there are vehicles that do drive on this side and they go down to the water. So the road itself is kind of, I can't remember what they call that, but it's like a right of way, like an easement or something, I think. Anyway, so I wanted to make sure, because Abby is a rule follower and I don't want to be digging in places where I don't have permission or whatever. Now the Keekses that own this property up here, they know us. They let us stay in their cabin on our first trip out here, which is right here. I think I already shared that. We had dinner with them already and stuff, so I'm pretty sure they would not care, but I just like to ask and get permission and not just assume that it's okay for me to do that. So I wanted to come on this side because I saw, I left my buckets like kind of a marker. Oh, here it is, right here. All this stuff right here. Now, I don't know how deep this is. Oh, look, it's not deep at all. It's like right there. So I'm going to switch hands here, holding the phone with my other hand. Give me just a second here. Okay, I had to pause because a semi drove by. So look at this, you guys. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Ah, my bag's going to blow away, so I need to get something in there real quick. Put my foot on it. So look at this. This big old huge piece of metal there, out of the bag, and then sorry guys, there's this piece here, and then I see a chunk right here. Now I did not bring my shovel or anything. Oh, that's a rock, I think. Is it? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Is that a rock? I can't tell. Let me see. Hang on a second. I don't know. I'm putting it in the bag because I can't tell. It's super heavy though. Anyway, I didn't bring my shovel or anything like that over here with me because I didn't really plan on. Oh, look at that big piece. That is so cool. Look at that. That is awesome. I didn't even see this stuff the other day when I walked along the perimeter of the fence. That's what I was telling you guys. It's like, that's why I like to kind of keep going over the same areas, because I'm finding things that I did not see before. So there's that. I'm going to zoom out just a tad so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Oops, wrong way, Abby. Get it together. There we go. So I see some bits of glass. I'm just going to put the glass and the metal all together in one bag, just because I don't want to reach through and grab my little bucket. So it's not a big deal. And what I was doing before is, because I didn't have this bag, or another bag, because I was too lazy to go back and get it. to get another one, but I had to go over there and talk to Jeff anyway, so I just went ahead and grabbed one. I've just been putting the metal in with the glass because that's, you know, something I can pick out easily. I just didn't want to have them together for the entire, I don't think that'll blow away now. Okay, so I'm going to look over here. I'm going to kind of just move stuff around with my foot. Okay, I'm going to grab this piece here that I see first. This little tiny piece. This is a really good section. I would, however, like to take the shovel to this, but I don't know. We'll see. I've got lots of other areas I can dig first, so this is always going to be here until somebody, oh, there's a nail, until somebody else like me comes to this exact spot. The only person I could think of would be Angie, and we're sharing this stuff anyway, so. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful, beautiful day though. Oh, what is that? Just another rock? I think that's just a rock. Let me see here. And I am getting my purple airwalks just super dusty out here, but it's okay because I actually need to get a new pair because I've had these. No, it's not a rock. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Looks like a big old what is that? It's too for me to pick up my things. Let me hold it in my hand. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. That is so cool. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So, what was I saying? Oh, because I've had these shoes for so long, and I love them. I'm never going to get rid of them, but they're, you know, they're starting to have holes in them and stuff like that. So, because I'm sure you guys were like, I wonder why Abby's wearing those purple shoes out here. Because my husband, when he caught me the first, not caught me, but when he saw me, he was like, "You're gonna wear your purple shoes out there walking around like in the dust and stuff?" And I said, "Well, you know, they're old." And I brought a couple pairs of my tennis shoes. I have a pair that I wear for like walking, and then I have an older pair like when we go on the beach or something, which isn't happening here in Montana. But when we go back home to visit, that can happen. But I have those here, but they're in one of our house totes that I can't get to easily. So I'm just kind of wearing these. Oh my goodness, there's another piece in here. Where's that piece of wood? No, that's a piece of metal. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Oops. Man, there's this, like, a ton of stuff in this little section right here. I don't know what was here before, but holy moly, I'm glad I saw it. There's something else right here. I may have to go get the shovel if I can't get it up with my foot. There's another big piece. This is awesome. This is a great little spot right here. I don't know how I missed seeing that before, but like I said, you know, this is true with anything in life, not just this. Like you look in the fridge for something and you can't find it, and then you have somebody else go back and like, it's right here, or like looking for the remote, you know, stuff like that. Now there's a piece of something here, you know, and this is, you know, to be fair, this, you know, stuff does blend in with the dirt, so, but it's so fun. I mean, this is, oh my gosh, this is a great spot. Look at that. That's just so cool. Just all kinds of fun stuff in here. So let's see here. I'm gonna stop for now, but I will definitely show you guys everything that I found from this section because I'm putting it all in this bag. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Walk back over to go get my gloves and the shovel, and I moved the glass bucket a little closer to me because, as you know, this is a little honey hole right here. I'm going to keep digging in, but I wanted to show you guys because I didn't see this. I knew it was there, but because it was behind the Keeks' cabin, which is there when I was filming or showing you guys the old homestead at the very top, there's another one right there. Isn't that cool? And that is abandoned. I don't know if that's public or private, but it would still be cool just to go look through it, not to take anything, but just to take a peek at it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. My word, you guys, this is just doesn't stop. Look at all the stuff in this bag so far. I'll dump it out on the other side of the fence so you can see it, but oh my gosh, I found like 2 horseshoes, a bunch of like metal hook type things, some nails, some bolts, and I'm just seeing all kinds of cool stuff in here. So I'm going to keep digging. I just wanted to stop and show you guys thus far what I found. Okay guys, so I'm a little out of breath because Abby's out of shape, and I've just been walking back and forth from that side of the fence to that side of the fence a couple times, and so I'm just a little out of breath, but I'm also super tired too, so I'm actually going to call it a day. But I wanted to show this to you. So this is everything I found. There's everything I found today just in this general area here where I was talking to you guys earlier about. I was going to pick up this big rock because I'm going to leave this box here, and I wanted to kind of weigh it down just in case it gets windy. And I found this underneath that rock, this, and then more can, and then these large pieces of glass. So my glass, I'm going to leave them in here because my glass bucket's way over there. So once I get back over to where the stuff I showed you in the last clip is, I'll come back on and show you what I found thus far. I'll see you in just a minute. So that is just where I came from. Well, not just came from, because I walked back over there to get the cooler and stuff, but this is where I've been digging for the last half an hour or so. And you guys, I don't even know what to say, how much stuff I have found over there. And there's still a lot more, but I'm done for today. I need to listen to my body and my head, so I'm done for today, as much as I want to keep digging. But look, this is probably the biggest thing I found out there. In that, look at that. That's like off of I know what this is, but I can't think of it, because remember I told you guys when I film sometimes my words escape me. You guys, this bag is so heavy I had to bring the cool chest over so I could wheel it back over, because this is way too heavy. I will definitely show you guys all of this stuff in its entirety, like laid out, but just to kind of let you know, I found like 4 or 5 of these horseshoes, long bars like this, some, I'm guessing some kind of larger chain link fence or something, lots and lots of different types of nails and bolts and screws, this little piece here, I mean, it's just amazing, you guys. This is just insane. I can't believe all of this was just sitting out there. And this piece here, so obviously somebody had a fire there. I don't know if they just buried a bunch of stuff and burnt it. I don't know, but there's like charred wood and ash and stuff in there too. But so this whole area right here. So may not come back out tomorrow. I might take a day off from doing this anyway and then come back out, because this isn't going anywhere. But I kind of exhausted this area here. I'm not really wanting to dig too much past where this was already dug up, just because I just don't know if I should do that or not. And then so this is where I left off this section right here. I kind of pushed the dirt back over. I'm trying to make it look like it was when I found it, but I didn't fill this up all the way, because I'm going to be digging some more in there, probably on next couple days or something. So anyway, all right, so this is it for episode 2's day 1 finds. And I have to say, this is by far the best spot and the best score I've had out here since I started this. I mean, I just can't believe how much stuff is in here. It's just amazing. So excited. All right, guys, I will see you the next time I come out here. Bye for now. Bye. Okay, so it's been about maybe a week or so since the last clip I filmed. And we just had snow. I think, was it Sunday or Monday? I can't remember. I'll throw a picture up of here in here to show you what it looked like. I also have a little quick video I did on my channel. So it's kind of crazy that, you know, not even a week ago we had just a few inches of snow, at least in our part of Montana, and today it's sunny and warm and blue sky. So the snow actually did me a great favor, because it's melted into there and it's made this dirt a little bit easier to dig through. So I'm going to do some more foraging today, and I remembered to bring out my video camera, so I have it all propped on the cooler, ready to do some digging and filming. That way I thought you guys might like to see what I kind of discover, which is a little bit easier when I have both of my hands to do it, versus me trying to hold my phone and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up, and we'll start digging and see what else we can find. Okay guys, so I wanted to document this on my phone because it's a little bit different angle. Sorry for the shadows. I'm trying the best I can to stay out of the way, but sometimes I can't help it. But look at this, you guys. Look at how big, look at that. Look at what is coming up. I have no idea what this is, but you can hear that. So I need both hands, of course, to get this out. So yeah, I just wanted to document it on this angle. and I am actively filming from that angle so you guys can see it, see me pulling it up out of the ground. Okay, so you guys can see that this definitely was a place where they just buried all of these items and just made a fire, kind of like their campfire. You can see all of the burnt earth and the ashes left over in there. I've never actually seen it where, like in real life, I guess I'm trying to say, of finding things that have been buried after people have just, buried it in the ground. And, it's kind of cool to find all these really awesome things in here. So I just wanted to show you guys. Okay guys, so here are the items that I found in that general area right there. All kinds of horseshoes, metal bits, bolts, screws, long pieces of metal. Even some of these even some of these horseshoes have the nails still in them. And these are the first few that I've come across with that. So pretty cool. Now, I don't know how deep this goes. I mean, this could be a complete black hole for me. So I'm going to dig just a little bit deeper here, and then I'm going to stop. I just kind of want to maintain my digging area a little bit, I guess. So I kind of have concentrated areas. Plus, this is a lot of fun for me, and I want to make this last as long as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to digging, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so it is the end of the day, and you can see I scored big time today. Look at all those large pieces. Here, there are a bunch of all kinds of small things like cans. This really cool long wire. There's another piece I thought, oh no, did it bounce out? Oh no, it might have bounced out. I'll have to go get it later, but there's a longer piece. Another piece like it. As you can see, I'm getting quite the collection of horseshoes. This isn't all of them. I have a ton more in the other the other stuff. And here's like a nail. There's all kinds of little tiny nails in here. I found some really cool glass and stuff, but it's over in the other section. Got this. I didn't film myself getting any of this stuff. Oh, there it is. That's the other piece I was looking for, right there. That isn't necessarily rusty, but I can make it rusty. And just more nails and bits of cans. And here's a big, huge can here. There. There's that. This is pretty cool. It's right there. I found this. Prince Albert. I think these are they cigars or something? I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so I don't know. But that's pretty cool. And this here. Thought that was pretty interesting. And those bigger pieces, and then all the horseshoes. Today is the first time I found horseshoes that actually have the nails still in them. And apologize for the construction noise in the background, but construction on the cabin remodel must commence. So we have this. I found quite a few we're looking for chains and parts of chains like this. So I just kind of started quickly just separated some of the smaller bits out so you can kind of see. I have there's little bolts, nuts and bolts in here, washers, and just some more tiny nails and little bits of metal. So this is huge. Oh, look, I did want to show you this. This is really cool. Look at the coiled up section of wire. That is so awesome. I'm so excited about that piece. But there's just more of the same, you know, the larger bits of metal. I don't know what these are from. I'm interested in asking Steve what his opinion is on what this at one time was, if he knows. And then I don't know if it's like a I don't know. I think I might know, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound stupid in case I'm wrong. But it's just so cool. I mean, look at that. It's just amazing. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so awesome to do some dyeing on with fabrics and stuff. Look at that. Just so, so cool. And here's this one. This longer piece. It's going to make some great marks for sure. So there is, as you can see, just a ton of different pieces and parts and different sizes and varieties, and I'm just really excited to have found all of these beauties. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I'll call this, well, this will be episode number 2. So I will see you guys later. Bye.